Ready or Not. If I had to summarize Ready or Not in one word, it would be mwah. That's it, mwah. I mean, I know that's not a word, but you get what I mean. If you're here, you probably know what Ready or Not is, but just in case you don't, it is essentially a highly immersive single-player / co-op SWAT first-person shooter. This game is fantastic for anyone that just loves immersion and atmosphere and anything relatively tactical and military. For example, if you're a big fan of Arma, I would highly recommend this game. So if you're that kind of player, in my opinion, this game is absolutely worth full price. It doesn't really tend to go on sale for very much since it is quite new. So hanging around for a sale may not be the most tactical choice, but it's up to you. Now, while the game can be very fun and enjoyable alone with the AI teammates, I would still highly recommend you have some friends to play with. It's just one of those games that's infinitely more enjoyable with friends. Right, so that's out of the way. If that's all you came for, you just want to know whether the game was worth the price or not. There you go. Yes, I think it is. Absolutely. So now let's get into some of the nitty-gritty. Now, in my opinion, a lot of games don't require really good graphics or sound to be good. Plenty of my favorite games are just very simple graphics and, basic sound. That's sometimes all you need. But when it comes to a really, really immersive, atmospheric game, like Ready or Not, you kind of do need really good sound and graphic design. And I'm very happy to say it absolutely hits the mark. Even just the little things, like this washing machine I walked past and I noticed you could hear it running. The lighting and shading is usually really, really good. There was a couple of times where the lighting made absolutely no sense, but that's just a minor thing and will probably be fixed in the future anyway. So the graphics are just top notch, and the sound design, especially the guns, oh yeah, they sound great. I especially love the differences between firing the weapon inside versus firing it outside, and when you're getting shot at, you really feel it and hear it. The AI is not like industry breaking, but it's pretty good for what it is. The enemy AI have a really wide variety of things they can do, whether they're a civilian or like a low rent, criminal or like a full-on mercenary. They have very different rules. For example, some civilians will panic, get up and start running around, and you'll have to calm them down and arrest them, and some will just comply straight away. Some enemies are willing to surrender and lay down their weapon. Some will try to fake surrender. Speaking of which, I'll show you a clip of that now.
Police, hands up!
What do you want me to do next?
Put your hands up!
Okay.
Police, get down!
No.
Hands up! Drop to your knees!
This is another great one. My friend went up to arrest someone he thought was surrendering, but the guy pulled out a second gun. Oh, dude! Oh, you got
Baited me, bro.
That was sick.
No.
So originally here I had a clip of a civilian running right through my line of fire, and I don't think YouTube would love footage of shooting with civilians and stuff, so I'm just showing the footage blurred because I'll get demonetized otherwise, I think. But yeah, the point of the clip is to show that the civilians can panic and really mess up not only their day but your day. And lastly, the enemies have the numbers advantage over you at almost all times. So you have situations like this.
Drop your weapons.
So I thought I heard a second guy around the corner while arresting the first guy. So I quickly tried to subdue him, the second one. And so the first one I had just gotten on the ground, quickly got back up, grabbed his gun and shot me in the back. Because I had no one with me to watch my back. So you gotta be smart in this game. That's what it does. It puts pressure on you and makes you make mistakes, which I think is exactly how the game should be. Now, I've shown you a lot of reasons as to why the enemies are so threatening, right? Yeah, they got guns. But you know who else has guns? You and your teammates.
Yeah. Wait, who opened it?
He just killed me!
He scared me. He scared me.
I was literally like, if there's someone on the other side of this door, I'm fucking dead.
I saw the gun and I was like, oh my god, it's a guy.
Believe it or not, that's not always a good thing. You may find that your teammates are just as much of a threat to you as your enemies.
Oh, I did it again.
How is it so hard to aim?
Flashbang
At
again.
all?
It's went the wrong way again, sorry. Oh,
Throw grenades!
What are you doing?
You're the worst, bro.
I went for the flash out.
Oh, God. And look, I'm guilty of this too. Everyone at some point will shoot a teammate. It's gonna happen.
You should, I don't know if that was unauthorized use of force.
He was. He's like the dude.
Above your head.
Actual.
Oh!
Who shot me, bro?
That was me. I'm so sorry.
Bro, I was trying to open a door.
I thought that was an enemy because I saw your back peek out. I'm so sorry.
Not saying anything new.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry. Shit, that's so my bad. I profusely apologize for that. Can I rest you? All these things make the game awesome, especially with friends. I can't stress that enough. I will admit I would personally struggle to only play this game single player. I've played it a little bit single player and it's alright. The more people, the better. As you can see here, the AI can be commanded, you can tell them to do certain things, and sometimes they look a little wonky and their positioning's a bit weird, but more or less, it's pretty cool, the things you get them to do, like breach through doors and stuff. And I'm sure they'll get improved, so that is definitely a decision you'll have to make. So I'm more or less happy about the things I've said about the game. Just a quick reiteration, love it, think it's great, especially with friends. Great graphics, great sound design, all that good stuff. It's still early, so it's got such a long way to go. It's gonna just go off the chain in the next few years. I just know it, and I cannot wait. Now, since it's the end of the video, I'm gonna quickly list off some of the things that I really like about the game. Just little minor details that I think are awesome. Number one, the helmet cams. You can press T and see the perspective of your teammates through their helmet cam. I think it's awesome. You can turn down the FPS on it to not decrease performance too much. It's the same when you die, you see it from their helmet cam's perspective. Number two is the nightclub level. I think is just unbelievably awesome. If you've watched John Wick, you'll probably instantly recognize it. It's the exact same nightclub from John Wick, and it's just so cool just being in there and being in firefights. Number three is the variety of equipment. There's tons of equipment, gas, flashbangs, all that stuff to subdue your enemies. I absolutely love just gassing rooms, running with a gas mask, and just arresting people. Number four, night vision is not at all required or vital. I've played similar games where you cannot play the game unless you have NVGs on, and thank God this game, almost no levels really require it. And lastly, I'll just say that the enemies like to spout things out at you, and most of the time it gives you a hint on what their intentions are. If an enemy's shouting at you to, F off and whatnot, he's probably not going to surrender. And if you tell them to surrender and they say not a chance, well, they probably won't surrender. Sometimes they say, oh, the cops are here, I don't want to fight, I don't want to fight. So you know. But anyway, that's it. If you made it this far, thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. Subscribe would be awesome, like would be great, comment, all that good stuff. And let me know if you end up buying the game.